EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchant here with your outlook for January 8th, 2025. Welcome to Wild Weather Wednesday, brought to you by Pure Sight and Sound. First time back after 2 weeks. They were off for Christmas and New Year's. We didn't have a video those days. We're back at it with them as the forecast sponsor for the Wednesday video forecast. This week's weather forecast is highly complicated, and sorting it out takes skill, much like putting the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle together. That's what Bobby, yours truly, at EPAWA does. We count on him to put all those pieces together and make sense of it for those of us who don't know the difference between a Miller B and an Alberta Clipper. The guys at Pure Sight and Sound work pretty much the same way. If you already have audio and video at your home or business, they will work those pieces into a beautiful upgraded puzzle for you. If you are building a new home, well, you're in luck because Pure Sight and Sound will provide the best pieces for your particular home theater puzzle crafted to your particular wishes. They will deliver, install, calibrate, and test everything. And get this, they even provide free after-sale service by phone forever. Call Ed at 570-992-2992. That number's above me here in the video. Or visit them on the web at puresightandsound.com. Call today and tell Ed I want some Miller B, and for a free estimate and a free gift. They are Pure Sight and Sound Incorporated, proud sponsors of the Wednesday video forecast. Starting off the video today like we did yesterday with the wind, because that's the headline for the next 2 days. We do have a corridor of wind here that's going to be greatest, as you see, across our northern areas here. So northern and eastern areas, there's a corridor. If my pen will ever load here, is not really cooperating today. There we go. I get it over here. Come on. There we go. Playing games with me today. So this corridor up in here is going to be your worst corridor today as far as wind gusts 30 to 35 miles per hour, so not too dissimilar to what we saw yesterday. Further southwest of there, though, you're looking at 25 to 30 gusts, so not quite as high as yesterday. Southwest of this corridor here, but it will get windier even more so on Thursday. In the wake of this, it's going to pick up a little bit on Thursday or later Wednesday night and then into Thursday, and we are going to have a windy day here across the entire region where we're looking at 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts, and some elevations might get in the 45 plus range, 45 to 50 mile per hour range. So it's going to be a windier day. Probably the windiest day of the three has always been targeted for Thursday, and that still looks like it holds true. Today's still a breezy / windy day. Some areas in our southwestern areas not quite as windy as yesterday, but it will be the windiest of the 3 days, it looks like, here on Thursday during the day, where we have some 35 to 40 mile per hour gusts region-wide, and then again the elevations will be in the mid to upper 40s and maybe touching 50 in a few spots in elevation areas. Especially across northeast PA, northern New Jersey. All right, so that's going to be the deal for the next 2 days. Cold temperatures above me, you see, too. It's 22 to 30 is the spread today. That's pretty cold. 27 to 33 is the spread here on Thursday, so not much improvement there. We're still below freezing in most areas, even tomorrow. So once we get to Friday and beyond that, we are going to be looking at partly cloudy skies, and clouds are going to be increasing as we head into the evening. But this next system is what we're going to be talking about again today, because that's what everybody's tuning in for, right? We have, I think, a pretty clear understanding of what's going to happen. And unfortunately, for those of you that are looking for this big wrapped-up storm along the coast, that's probably not happening. And it's not something that we're writing off entirely. But that percentage I gave you yesterday, about 20% chance of having a big storm along the coast, is probably about 10 now. And it's on life support, okay? And there's reasons for that. And that's because we have some observed data, not just modeling data, but we have observed data that's being ingested into the models now for at least part of this system, or at least the main system itself. So here's what the GFS did. This is the latest run that ran this evening. The trend here for the snow has been to be pushing it further and further south and east. And the ensembles were holding on a little bit longer, but they are also trending further south and east too. So it is looking like in all three scenarios I'm going to give you here, all three models I'm going to show you are going to get us some snow on Saturday. Just not a lot, okay? This is more like snow showers, light snow. Here's what the GFS does. It brings this wave toward us, and it consolidates further south across the Carolinas. You see, there's still light blue over top of us, okay? So you're getting some snow here. Most areas, an inch or two, maybe 3 in a few spots, but not a lot. The GFS is still holding on to the fact that southeast of I-95, South Jersey, Delaware, Eastern Maryland, same areas they got hit last time, are going to get a little bit more, maybe some moderate snow in a 3 to 6 plus area down here. Okay, especially the further southeast you go across southern Delaware, might be a little higher than 6, but generally a 3 to 6 inch area there. This is all generally 1 to 2, maybe 3, okay, but less than 3 up in these areas up here. That's what the GFS has, and this continues off the coast later in the afternoon. So it's mostly morning, early afternoon, early to mid-afternoon, and then it kind of comes to an end, and that's it. So not too dissimilar from the system we just had, okay, as far as impacts in the interior. The NAM that ran this evening, pretty similar idea here. Brings this this low further south, even in the GFS has it, but we still get snow showers coming into the region. This runs out of range at hour 84, but you see what's happening here. You're gonna have snow out of this too. Even the European model, which is the furthest south of all of them, still gets light snow here, and this low remains well to the south. And this, even with that, this is all northern stream energy, so it's no different from that. This not pretend this wasn't even here. This system is not even there. I don't know what's happening to my mouse here again now. Pretend this isn't even here. There's still a northern stream system has to dive through here. You're basically getting northern stream snow showers out of this. It has nothing to do in the European model's case with this southern low here at all. Okay, on the GFS's is to some extent, but only for the area southeast of I-95, and that's it. So we are trending that way on the models, and I think it's going to be ending up correct. I don't know about this here. We'll see. But at least that you're going to get some snow showers, inch or 2, maybe 3 as an upside. We'll still have to make a map for it, still have to send alerts for it, but we're trending away from the big storm idea. And the reason for that is we're looking at these. I'm not going to go into a deep physics dive today. I'm just going to give you a basic here. This system here, this is our main system, and this piece needs to eject into it to kick it out, right? We were talking about that yesterday. Well, the trend has been to keep this out here, this upper level low, to keep it out there a little bit longer, okay? And that allows the this piece up here that is going to phase into it, or would have phased into it, to dive more southeast and ahead of this storm, so they remain separate. So this just goes off the coast like this, no big deal. This continues across, it gives us our snow showers, and there's no phase in our area for this to come up the coast. I just don't see it, and the reason I don't see it happening is because this is now being observed. There's observations, a pretty dense observation area down here to actually measure the speed of this, the strength of this, that kind of thing. There's a lot of things that go into it that are measured by aircraft, it's measured by ground observations, it's measured by ships, by buoys, all that stuff. All this data goes into the models, and it gets ingested into it. And yesterday it was a little bit further east, it was kicking out faster. Today it's a little slower to eject. So this is going to allow this thing to run right out ahead of it, okay? And this is just going to continue like this, okay, and miss most of the area. Okay, we're going to watch area southeast on 95, but I think mostly what we're dealing with here for the weekend, which is pretty much Saturday, maybe very late Friday night it comes in, but pretty much Saturday morning into early to mid-afternoon, and then it shuts off in the interior, and that's it. And then we have maybe an inch or 2 out of that. Okay, that's all we're dealing with. So unfortunately, for those of you who are holding out for this big blizzard or big snowstorm, nor'easter, whatever, doesn't look like it's going to happen. 10% or less chance of that occurring, and I would say the chance for this happening, which is the snow showers across the region, us getting 1 to 2, is pretty solid. That's a pretty solid forecast for that. So I would expect that at least here on Saturday. So it might disrupt something here because it's still going to be cold Saturday, but not the big storm. Doesn't look like it's going to turn in that direction. Is there still time for this to change? Yes, there is, but there's a lot of things that have to change in the right direction, and right now trends are away from the right direction. So we'll see, but don't get your hopes up in the meantime. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for January 8th, 2024-25. Sorry, have a great Wednesday.